Hello friends, my name is Ugly Fish and thank you for joining me on another video where I talk about how much I like to play Genshin Impact. I started playing Genshin a long time ago. Recently I've gotten super into it, and if you saw my last video, you'll see that I had a bit of success when I managed to C6 Fischl. Most days on Genshin though, in all honesty, they're not as exciting as that. And sometimes with work and other things going on, I can only really dedicate half an hour or so to the game, and that is to do my dailies, and that is what I'm doing today. Not pictured here because I did it this morning. The first thing I did was actually condense my resin, but I didn't get any footage of that. So, technically, the first thing I do now are my commissions. My commissions are in Liyue today, and that's good. I prefer them to be in Mondstadt or Liyue to Inazuma. Inazuma feels really hard. So, if nothing else, you should always complete your commissions. Not only do they give you a generous helping of Prima Gems, they make up a huge amount of your Adventure XP. And Adventure XP at this stage of the game for me, it's not really easy to come by. So I rely on making a decent amount a week from doing my commissions. If you still have your Battle Pass going as well, which I don't at the minute because I've hit level 50, your commissions also get you a good chunk of Battle Pass points. They also spread over an area quite well, so it's easy for you to pick up items, food and ores along the way. Today, my commissions were to clear out an already cleared camp, destroy hilly trail towers, a time trial, and to defeat treasure hoarder enemies. Once I'd managed to complete them, I head to Mondstadt. I always head to Mondstadt for some reason and hand in those commissions for another 20 Prima Gems and some other treasures. Then I collect in my character expeditions. I just usually go for food. If Battle Pass is still up for me, I'll collect ores in Mondstadt with Fischl. Otherwise, I'm just collecting lotus heads for universal peace, carrots for universal peace, and meat and fowl. On a weekday like today, I will do 20 hours, it makes the most sense. At the weekend, if I play first thing in the morning, I might do 12 hours twice. With commissions and expeditions done, my next task is to go shopping. Some food items are available every day. The really good items aren't, like violet grass, but I lose track very quickly of what I have and haven't bought, so shopping is a daily task for me. Usually I'll have done some shopping along the way if I could have done, like today my commissions took me to Wangshuin. Then I go to the pharmacy for violet grass and lotus heads, and then off to food shops around Teyvat. At this stage I don't really have the mora to buy every bit of food that I would like to. I wasted a lot on risky artifact rolls that didn't pay off. But my big items are fish, crabs, violet grass, carrots and lotus heads. I usually try and make a lot of universal peace. That is my go-to dish. I'll make squirrel fish as well, hence collecting all the fish, even though in real life I think it looks absolutely disgusting. And then I bulk cook. Today is a good day for squirrel fish. I can make 30, and with Barbara's bonus hopefully I'll get at least 35-ish. When doing any kind of crafting, always look at your character bonus screens to see who can do what. Barbara, for example, has a 12% chance to create 2 dishes for the price of 1 if the dish has healing properties. Then when the cooking is done, I take some time to explore Teyvat for food. More fowl, berries in particular, crystal flowers, etc. So I swap to my hunting team. Aloy makes hunting easy, as does Sayu, and the bonus of this team makes stamina consumption super efficient. I don't really have a route that I follow. There are a few spots on the map I've marked if they've got a good concentration of food. This one in Stormbearer Mountains gets me pine cones for hash browns, apples and carrots. So I'll just bounce around the map to specific areas I've got marked out as good farming spots. Anything else I find along the way is a bonus. If you're just starting Genshin, I'd recommend you mark your map up really well. I haven't, and it wastes a huge amount of time for me now. I would also recommend that you attack any mobs that you see while doing something like this and get their materials as well. One day, you might be ascending a character and suddenly find yourself out of masks or scrolls. It might mean a little detour, or it might mean that you spend some time fighting that you didn't want to be, but it's definitely worth it. After I'm done with the food spots, my next job is ore, and so I swap back to my main team. A claymore user would be good at this point, and sometimes I do swap Fischl out for Chongyun, but today I am just going to let the Lord of Geo do it. There's some really good farming spots for ore depending on what you need. Gunionstone Forest is one. It has a whole island, like northy westy, filled with crystal. While I am low on enhancement ores and should be farming as much crystal as I can, my real target is core lapis. I need it to ascend Chongyun, and I need it for a bunch of leeway crafting items like the Geoculus resonance stones, because I've still got a fair few to find and I am stumped. While I was off to my final farming spot, I discovered this bloaty floaty that I had clearly just missed before. Triggering bloaty floaties sends the 3 balloons flying, and then you can shoot them and get a chest. So they're worth doing as soon as you see them because they're so easy to lose. They are just a small plant, they virtually blend in. So I did it, I won myself a chest, I flew over to collect it, and then I saw another chest. So I wanted that. And in climbing up the mountain to get that, I saw 2 more chests that I decided to get first. Then I discovered that this one wasn't a chest, but there was a Geoculus over it, so that's 1 fewer resonance stone to make. And then there actually was a chest in the distance. So I fought the treasure holders, opened up the chest, and then decided to run back to the chest that I saw initially. And that's when I discovered another bloaty floaty. So obviously you know how that went. Got myself another chest from shooting all of them. And then apparently, editing this video, I discovered that I never went back to the first chest. So that is why I'm bad at this game. That's why I've still got bloaty floaties everywhere, because I say, oh, go back to that, and then I never do. But at least I got a lot of ore. Resource wise, by this point, I feel well stocked. And I was also a little bored, so now it is time to start using up my resin. I do bosses first and domains second with any condensed resin or resin that I have left over. I need to ascend Diona and Chi-Chi, so at the moment I'm farming the Cryo Regisfine for cores. I swap out Rosaria for Yanfei and get to business. Not only does it get me cores, it usually gets me an orange gladiator piece. Rosaria is currently on gladiators, and this plume isn't awful, but it's not worth swapping. The crit damage is high, but with only 3 substats, I would waste 4 levels rolling for a 4th. After Cryo, I head to Pyro because I need the agate. Yanfei needs a Pyro buddy in Spiral Abyss, so I need Ascension materials for Pyro. And beating another boss gives me another chance at an orange gladiator piece to possibly swap out Rosaria's awful ones. This goblet wasn't amazing, and the agate was disappointing too, but that is why you keep playing daily. MiHoYo have thought this through very well. After the fighting I need a break, so it is off to the teapot. I'm planning on redoing my whole teapot soon anyway, so I'm not crafting at the moment, but I do pick up my friendship XP and my realm currency before checking on my flowers. None of which are ready to be picked yet, so I just leave. And then my final job of the day is to spend any resin that I have left. In my last Genshin video I pulled Diona and I'm thinking about rebuilding Rosaria. I'm going to take her off gladiators, pop her on Blizzard Strayer, and build a cryo up rather than a physical damage. I've got her on terrible gladiators pieces at the moment anyway, so any rebuild is good for her. But if I get good gladiator drops, she will stay physical. If I get good blizzard drops, she'll be cryo, and I will swap Zhongli for Diona for resonance. I just need to get lucky and get some good artifacts first. So Rosaria gets to sit back while Yanfei jumps in and we run the peak. Condensed resin makes this process much less painful by letting you use double resin for double the rewards. And I am blessed with 3 Blizzard Strayer pieces in this first run, all of which are pretty rubbish. None of them are worth levelling up, so they'll become Mystic Offering fodder. And we still have condensed resin, so I tried another 4 times, and no attempt gave me a piece worth keeping. I love this game, I really do, and I will keep playing it, but there are like 5 or 6 layers of RNG on artifact farming, and it is physically painful at this point to spend any more resin. So, to ease that pain, I finish my dailies by visiting my 2 best friends. I spend some time in Inazuma with the provisional High Priestess and check she's doing okay. And I swear, MiHoYo, if anything bad or sad happens to this cat, I will quit this game. Please make an event where this island is filled with people who want to visit this cat. I have never felt this strongly about a cat before. I will fight for her. And then finally, the last thing I do before I log off is visit everyone's best friend, Kichibushi. We have a chat, we discuss really philosophical things like, what is kapow? Is Anemo Archon Kichibuchi? And we eat lavender melon. And we just relax after a hard day in Genshin Impact, ready to do the exact same thing tomorrow. And that is an average day for me in Genshin. Obviously things get spiced up with events, weekly quests, but this is pretty much what I will do as a minimum each day on the game. Thank you for coming along with me, I appreciate you sticking around. If you play Genshin too, please let me know all about your team below, because I love talking about Genshin Impact. I'll be back soon with another Genshin video, and until then, bye!